Hello and welcome back to my channel. This is Didsbury Art Studio and I'm Sally. And in today's video, we're going to be doing some macrame knots using some calico strips. So we're going to make several samples and see how we get on. So let's get into it. Hiya. So, hello Leila. Remember I did a macrame video and I did a couple of different types of knots. I'd really like to have a go at using the calico fabric that I've been using lately to make some different types of knots with strips of the calico. So what I'm going to do now is cut up 24 lengths. So I'm going to get cutting, ripping the fabric. So I'm just marking off every inch.
Maybe I'm just too jiggy. Better know I brought that with me. In case they get too iffy.
And I'm literally just going to snip the end of the fabric. They're not going to be exact, the lengths of fabric, but I'm okay with that.
Don't stress, don't sweat it. Put it all on my baby. Know how I'm coming. And they know what we run around through that left side, low end.
Okay, I've got all my scraps of calico ready to experiment with doing some macrame with it. Who's a good girl? Who's a good girl? Leila's a good girl, isn't she? Yeah, Leila's a good girl, aren't you? I'm trying to get to sleep, Sally. Okay, so I've got my wooden dowel and I've got my long length of calico that I've folded in half and made a lark's head knot. So I'll just show you how to do that. Once again, I'm going to fold the calico in half over the top of the wooden dowel, like so. Make a loop and you're going to push the two lengths of your fabric through the middle and pull like so, and then separate out your fabrics. And then what we're going to do is I'm going to lead from the left hand side to do a square knot. So I'm going to take my first length and I'm going to go under the left over the top of the middle two like so, and then I'm going to take the right cord underneath the two in the middle and pull that through. I'm very aware there's lots of fraying of this fabric, but I'm going to stick at it because, as you know, I like that kind of scruffy frayed effect. You might not, so we're just trying to do some little mini samples with fabric. I'm just going to push that over a little bit more, from that one over a little bit more. There we go, pull that nice and tight. And then what we're going to do is exactly the same. We're going to get the right hand side this time over the top of the middle two, under that left hand cord, and then we're going to take this cord underneath the two in the middle, and then we're going to pull, and then we're going to pull these two like that. And we are starting to develop a scruffy a scruffy square knot. Let's call it the scruffy square knot. Okay, if you want to see a neat square knot, see my other video for 5 basic macrame knots. All right, so that is a complete knot. And then what we do is we carry on in the same manner. So we grab the left hand side underneath the right hand cord underneath the middle two, and we're going to pull. You get this loop here on this side. Then once we've done that, we're going to take this right hand side here and we're going to go over the top of the middle two, going to go underneath that left hand cord, take the left hand cord, and we're going to pop that underneath all of the others in the middle. and pull that. So, and notice there's the loop there. So I am going to finish off of this one. I'd like to get quite a sort of gappy effect. I'm not sure I'm going to pull them really tight. I haven't decided yet. So let me just crack on and we'll see how we get on. So what I have intentionally done on this is, you can see that I've started quite tight, and as I've gone along I've thought actually I quite like it loose, so it's kind of getting wider and wider as I go along. And I've got some long lengths here. The middle two lengths of fabric seem to be left longer than the two working cords there, so I'm going to leave that as it is. Okay gang, next up we're going to do alternating square knots. So what we're going to do is we're going to grab the first 4 lengths of fabric in the middle, and we're going to go ahead and do our normal square knot. So I'm going to take over my left hand strip of fabric, and then I'm going to get the right hand strip of fabric and pop it behind the middle 2, like so, and then I'm going to pull those up a little bit. So those of you that have started watching this and are thinking, why is she not using cords or rope? Do you know what? I've been messing around with calico at the moment in other videos, and I thought, oh, okay, let's try some strips of calico for the macrame, because I'd really like to dye the fabric in future and incorporate it in some weaves. So that's why I'm doing it. All right then, so I've done my left hand side. Now I'm going to do my right. So I take my right strip of fabric over the top of the middle 2, take the left hand piece of fabric around the back of the middle 2, pull that through and just tighten that off a little bit. Now next, what I want to do is put a square knot over here. So here's where the alternating bit comes in. So we've got 4 strands of fabric over here. We're going to do our square knot just here with a small gap in between. So we're going to go, separate these out a bit, over the top of the middle 2, underneath the right hand cord, like so, behind the middle 2. Pull that through our right hand cord. So we're going to go over the top of the middle 2, behind the back of that left hand cord, take the left hand cord behind these 2 over here and pull that. There's our knot. Let's loosen it off a bit like that one. There we go. Okay, then we're going to jump over to this side, and we're going to take these 4 lengths of fabric and we're going to do our square knot here. So we've got 1 in the middle and we'll have 2 at the side. So we're going left hand strip of fabric behind the back of the right strip, like that. Take the right strip behind the back, the 2 bits of fabric, give that a little tug, and now we are ready to go with our right hand strip of fabric. We're going over the top of the middle 2, behind the back of the left hand strip of fabric, and then we're going to pull the fabric through the middle like so. Give that a little tug. Nice. So I'm going to pull it up a little bit, and what we're going to do next is we're going to copycat this one down here. So we'll need our 4 middle lengths of fabric, and I am going to crack on. Baby, I ain't got work tomorrow. Tell me what the business is. Ain't about no club hop. I'm trying to start some businesses. Shorty, you thought it was, they better know it's not.
clean, I'm Listerine. I thought they been knew it. All in my lungs, I got my red cup full of that hand fluid. Young middle Mad Mac, I'm swinging that leg, I'm banging that do or die. And I ain't that leave before I get crucified. Living in my bloodline, this place in my family tree. How the f they press.
Loving that. You can imagine that really nice and long, but I did run out of some fabric towards the end there. But yeah, really like that.
I did my best out of what they handed me.
Next up, gang, we've got 2 lark's head knots that I've just done here at the top. And now we're going to do a spiral knot, and we use half a square knot. So you don't do a complete square knot. So I'm going to lead on my left hand strip of fabric, and we just take it under that right hand one. We take the right hand strip of fabric behind the middle 2. We're going to tighten that up. I'm going to have to cut some of these threads now. They're getting in the way. Aren't they, Layla? You with me, Layla? She's having a little tidy up. So once we have done that, pull that up to the top. For the spiral knot this is. And then we just carry on. So we jump over the 2 middle ones, take the right hand cord behind the middle 2 ones, and you're going to pull that up nice and tight directly underneath. Be interested to see how this comes out actually. It's quite nice on the cord. Let's see what it comes out like with the fabric. And we just carry on. So over the top of the middle 2, behind the back, take the right hand cord, behind the middle 2, pull that up, and carry on. So you're only ever doing half of the square knot. Starting to twist a bit.
That's human hair, boy, we grew in there. Around through that left side, low end. All of mine need more wins. If you got beef, don't come out. Cause my young hitter might go in. Uptown, GN, working all through my weekend.
Okay, so it's twisting now. So now I'm just going to turn it a little bit more like this way, and carry on. What do you think? Twisty, twisty. There we go. That's cool. I quite like to do that now, even bigger. Okie dokie. So this is the last one that we're going to do. Got 4 lark's head knots. What we're going to do now is called double half hitch knots. And this strip of fabric on the left-hand side is called our lead. Usually our lead cord, but we'll call it lead fabric. And the rest are going to be filler cords, filler fabrics. Okay, so you can either go sort of diagonally or you can go across. What shall we do? Shall we go straight across this time? We'll go straight across this time. I need to pull this bit closer. So we're going to take the left cord here. We're going to go over the right and pull through the loop. And you do 2 every time. So we're going to go over the right and pull through this loop. Like so. And then we take the left cord underneath here, over the right, through the middle of the loop, and pull. And we're going to do that twice, over the top, pull. Then we take the next one on the left, over the top, pull through, and I think you're getting the hang of this. Over the top, pull through, so what we're going to do now is we want to go from the right hand side over to the left. That is all done. So those could be used, again, I'm always saying about the mannequin because obviously just have that interest of using textures, creating samples for the silhouette basically. You could either leave them sort of neutral, or you could be dyeing them if you wanted to. So that's them done. You could just sort of scruff up the edges of those. What do you think? I did this mannequin the other week, didn't I? And I just wanted to see what some of the macrame would look like with it.
Tell her no stress, no big. Baby, I'm just too
I've just been doing some samples, haven't I? But you can obviously do larger samples, whether you're doing some college work, degree work, whatever it is, A-levels, GCSE. Yeah, I kind of want to take these off.
Better know I brought that with me. In case they get too iffy. Baby, don't stress, don't sweat it. Put it all on my bed. Know how.
You could have some different coloured fabrics behind it, couldn't you?
I'm coming. And they know what we run around through that left side, low end. All of mine need more wins. If you got beef, don't come out. Cause my young hitter might go in. Uptown GN. Working all through my weekend. Hoping it don't show out. Cause all of my hitters too deep in. With a boy, I'm so ashamed. Ain't worried about long as my money and my green. Baby, I ain't got work tomorrow. Tell me what the business is. Ain't about no club hop. I'm trying to start some business.
So I hope you enjoyed this video today and that you had fun watching me make some of these different macrame knots. And don't forget to like and subscribe and comment if you'd like to, and I'll see you in the very next video. Bye!